Okay. Well, a disappointing loss without question. So that falls on me, falls on our coaches. The plan was not good. It was not executed. Way too many mistakes. A really bad performance, especially on our home field. So we've got a lot of work to do, and that's what makes football, team sport, a tough game. You can either suck it up and find ways to fix and improve, or you can, pout about it and sulk and feel sorry for yourself. So we've got to look in the mirror and get a better plan together so that we can start better, play better in all three segments, and finish better. And that did not happen today.
Just kind of going off of that, Jeff, seemed like Kevin Jennings, having 100 yards rushing, 100 yards passing in the first half, was able to do some things. What was the struggle in kind of slowing him down early?
Well, I thought that there was a lot of miscommunication. It starts with coaching as far as running what's called and being able to not have so many adjustments that are made when they go to empty, when they motion guys in. We need to have a simpler plan to make sure that our guys can just play what the call is. So there was some confusion there. There was an inability to tackle and wrap up as well, so the tackling wasn't good. But it starts with us, so we've got to fix some things.
Coach, defensively, it seemed like you guys opted to do more rush for and kind of play coverage behind it. Was there any conversations about possibly upping the pressure, sending more of a pressure package to kind of get Jennings uncomfortable in the backfield?
Yeah, it was talked about all week, and it wasn't carried out. So we've got to, call a better game and make sure that we're way more aggressive and that we have a consistent plan that doesn't have adjustments when they do something different. And that starts with us.
Jeff, you guys had that 4th and 1 early on in the fourth quarter when the game was tied. Did you consider kicking a field goal there, or were you all gas at that moment?
Well, I wanted to get the touchdown. That falls on me. We didn't get it. We've been bad the last two games at 4th and 1. So running up the middle is not going to be an option anymore. Throwing the ball, getting on the edge is going to be what's going to have to happen because we can't get yards pounding it up the middle, and that's disappointing. But that's the fact of the matter is. So we've got to be better as coaches to recognize that and have a better plan because we passed it on 4th and 1 later and got a big gain. And if teams are going to sell out, we've got to be more aggressive.
Jeff, what are you seeing from your offensive line right now? It looked like they had trouble generating a push in the run game, and Tyler was under pressure a decent amount today.
The last two games have not been our best. We've struggled at right tackle a little bit, and we've had an injury today at left tackle that might be a long one. So we've got some new guys in there, and we've got to play better there. Now, with that said, in order to balance that out, it seems like when we need to move the ball and throw it, we've got to get the ball out quicker. We've got to be able to mix in the run. We've got to be able to do some different things to not ask those guys to pass protect as much because we were not as sturdy these last two games as we need to be.
This week and last week, teams have gotten off to fast starts against you guys. Is there any one kind of thing? I mean, you mentioned communication earlier, but is there anything you're seeing that's allowing kind of your opponents to get off to those fast starts?
Well, quite frankly, we need to coach better. I don't think the plan had too many adjustments for different formations and empty sets and some things like that. And I don't want to get into too much detail, but it needs to be simpler. It needs to be sound and then carried out. But we can't blame it on our players. The plan needs to be better. That falls on us and me. So we've got to go to work and make sure that that part doesn't happen again because we have not gotten off to good starts, and it has been costly.
Jeff, I want to word this correctly. Were you surprised at the fumble reversal, and how did you think your team responded after that?
Well, yes, I was surprised at it. I thought it was a fumble. Some games you get called, some days you don't. So, you know what? We didn't respond very well, and we need to be better. So there's a lot of things that need to be better at. It was not a good day on the football field for us. we fought back and gave ourselves a little bit of a chance. But when you play good teams, you got to be way more consistent. We are not doing that right now, and that means we need to coach better.
Jeff, coming off now the second straight loss, what do you tell your guys to keep this thing from snowballing and becoming 3 losses or really getting off the rails?
Well, that's why football is a great game to play, and it teaches you lessons that'll last for a lifetime, because you're going to go through some hard times, and you can either be man enough to identify what the problem is, figure out a way to fix it, and then go to work to get better, and still have the same energy and fight and determination to get that done. Or you can wallow a little bit and feel sorry for yourself and point the finger at somebody else, or say, you know what, is it really worth it? So that's what you got to do. And if you're going to play the game and spend a lot of time doing it, these things are going to happen. You're going to have some tough days. You try not to have them, but you are. But you got to respond. I have to do better. Our coaches need to do better. The plan needs to be better, and then we've got to figure out a way to simplify it so that we can execute it better. And then we've got to, in my opinion, when guys are not performing the way we want, rotations need to be made to get other players in right away during the game, immediately. And I don't see that happening. So we've got to make sure that there's other guys on this team that can play as well. And if we need to be changing things up more to create competition, that needs to happen from our end.
TJ, it's been about, I guess, past 4 games you guys have played multiple quarterbacks, but for Kevin Jennings in particular, what was difficult early on about just kind of containing him?
When it comes to mobile quarterbacks, you just got to be disciplined and stay in your lane. So when you don't do that, that's how he get free and break up.
It looked like you guys caused a fumble and would have had the ball, and then they reversed the call. Did that have a deflating effect at all on the team when that call was reversed?
I wouldn't say it had a deflating effect. We definitely wanted that fumble call, but at the end of the day, we still got to go out there and get the stop.
Jay, how big of an issue would you say communication is on the defense, maybe over the past 2 games, with some of the big plays you guys have given up and some of the fits with those read option plays with the quarterback?
When it come to defense, everybody got to be on the same page. So that's just, on us making sure that everything get communicated pre-snap so we can go out there and do what we're supposed to do.
It's just kind of a little bit of a slow start. Last week was a slow start. How do you guys kind of reverse that and just be a little more consistent moving forward?
It really started tomorrow in practice. From if we got hurt guys, they need to get taken care of. But it really started from next time we jump on the field to get prepared for the next week game, and that's Virginia Tech. We just got to tighten up our mental issues, and we need to play harder.